Om Sri Sai Ram. In the previous session, we have discussed what is random variable and then the probability distribution of random variable, and then we solved some problems of the exercise. Today we continue to do the problems of the exercise, and in these problems you will find that we are also finding mean, variance and standard deviation of the probability distribution, or we should say of the variable. Okay. So, let us take up the problems. The first one, a coin is biased. Biased means it is not appropriate. Okay. If the non-biased coin is there means you cannot predict whether head will appear or tail will appear. When there is more possibility of one particular thing, we say it is biased. A coin is biased so that the head is 3 times as likely to occur as tail. If the coin is tossed twice, find the probability distribution of number of tails. So, if you toss a coin, since it is biased, he says head is 3 times as likely to occur as tail. So, what is the probability of getting a head? Probability of getting a head, he says the chances of getting head is 3 times as likely to occur as tail. Means to get tail, if it is 1, 3 times of that is for head. So, 3 plus 1 makes it 4. So, we say the probability of getting head is 3 by 4. Similarly, probability of getting a tail is 1 by 4. And then what he says, if the coin is tossed twice, so what is the sample space? If you toss it twice, it can be HH, it can be HT, it can be TH, or it can be TT. This is the sample space. Yes. So, this is the sample space. What is that he is asking? He is asking find probability distribution of number of tails. When you look at these outcomes, the first one says only heads, no tails. So, number of tails are 0. In these two cases, it is 1 and 1, and the last one it is 2. So, what value the random variable x can take? X can take values 0, 1 and 2. So, what is the probability of getting 0 tails? Remember, he said probability distribution of number of tails. Okay. So, what is the probability in the first case to get tails? 0. The number of the variable takes value 0. To get 0 tails, what we are actually getting head and head. What is the probability of getting head? It is 3 by 4. Second one also 3 by 4. Coming to 1, 1 means in this and this both are there. So, in fact, we can make it for this, it is going to be 3 by 4 into 1 by 4. For this one, it is going to be 1 by 4 into 3 by 4. And let us say this is 2, for both are tails, so it is going to be 1 by 4 into 1 by 4. This is going to be the probability distribution. Simplify it, you will get the answer. The answer is 9 by 16. 3 by 16 plus 3 by 16 is 6 by 16, and this is 1 by 16. This is the probability distribution. And how do you know that this probability distribution is correct? Just add all the numerators. 9 plus 16, 15 plus 1, 16 by 16 is 1. If the total is 1, the distribution is correct. So, this is how we find the probability distribution. So, probability distribution of number of tails is this. Okay, let us move to the next question. Yes, a random variable x has the following probability distribution. He has given the probability distribution and he says determine k. How to find k? First and foremost thing is, if these are the probability distributions, we know that their sum is equal to 1. So, sum of px is equal to 0 plus k plus 2k plus 2k plus 3k plus k square plus 2k square plus 7k square plus k. What should be the sum of all this? It should be equal to 1. If it is 1, add all of them. First add the second degree terms, 7k square plus 2k square plus k square. So, we will say it is 10k square. Now add k's, 1 plus 3 4 plus 2 6 plus 2 8 plus 1 9. And this is equal to 1. So, get that one this side equal to 0. Factorize this. What are the factors? This can be written as 10k square plus 10k minus 1k minus 1 equal to 0. Simplify. 10k is common, you have k plus 1, and here minus 1 is common, k plus 1. So, you are getting k plus 1 into 10k plus 10k minus 1. Equal to 0. Simplify it further. How will you simplify? We will say either k plus 1 equal to 0, which will give you k equal to minus 1, or 10k minus 1 equal to 0, which will give you k equal to 1 by 10. Which one to be taken? We know that the probability of any event is not negative. For example, here we said k. If you substitute k equal to minus 1, it is wrong. So, we reject k equal to minus 1 is not possible. Hence, k equal to 1 by 10. This is the answer. So, the first answer is k equal to 1 by 10. Now, come to the second one. Once you know k, in fact, you can write off. If this is k, this is how much? 1 by 10. Two k, it is 2 by 10. This is also 2 by 10. This is 3 by 10. This is k square. K square means 1 by 100. 2k square, 2 by 100. 7k square plus k, 7 by 100. 7 by 100 plus 1 by 10. If you add, what you will get? Take LCM as 100, you will get 17 by 100. So, we got the values. Since we got k, we know all of them. Now, whatever he asks, you can answer. How do you answer? He says find the probability that x is less than 3. Less than 3 means 3 is here, less than 3 means before that, add before that. So, what you will get for this one? You will get less than 3 means 0, 0 is anyway 0, the next one is 1 by 10, next one is 2 by 10, add them, you get the answer 3 by 10. So, that is the second one. Come to the third one where he says x is greater than 6. Greater than 6, there is only 1. And what is its value? 17 by 100. Finally, fourth one he says between 0 and 3. This is 0 and this is 3. Between 0 and 3 we have the same thing what we got in the second case. So what is it? 1 by 10 plus 2 by 10, it will be 3 by 10. So the moment we found the value of k, we are able to find all the other values and we are able to answer all that which he has asked. And how did we find k? We say that the sum of the probabilities is equal to 1. That is the most important thing. Okay. Let us move to the next problem. This is the problem. What he says, a random variable x has a probability distribution px of following form where k is some number. He doesn't know what is it. Okay. Determine the value of k. How will you find the value of k? Same method. Sum of the probabilities is equal to 1. P of x is equal to k plus 2k plus 3k plus 0 is equal to 1. So 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6k equal to 1. We will say k equal to 1 by 6. So like previous problem, we have found out k. How much is it? 1 by 6. Sum of the probabilities, k plus 2k, 3 plus 3k, 6k is equal to 1. So k equal to 1 by 6. Now you can answer whatever he is asking. He says determine the value of k. We already got off. Come to this. He says find p when x is less than 2. When p x is less than 2. When x is less than 2, for x equal to 0, this is the answer. X equal to 1, this is the answer. For x equal to 2, this is the answer. In fact, you can write off here k equal to 1 by 6. In this case, 2k equal to 2 by 6, which is nothing but 1 by 3. Here you can say 3k equal to 3 by 6, which is nothing but 1 by 2. Now you can answer anything. What he says, less than 2. Less than 2 means before this 0 and 1. So the answer is 1 by 6 plus 2 by 6. 1 by 3 you can write are one and the same. So it is 3 by 6 equal to 1 by 2. This is the first one. Second one he says less than or equal to 2. Probability of x when it is less than or equal to 2 means what? 2 also to be included. So it is 1 by 6 plus either you write 1 by 3 or you write 2 by 6 because it is convenient. Third one 3 by 6. So what it makes? 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6 by 6 is equal to 1. So once we know the value of k, all the other probabilities can be found. From this we are moving on to the next problem. What he says in this, 2 dice are thrown simultaneously. Remember, dice are thrown. Okay. So how many outcomes will be there in the sample space? 36 outcomes are going to be there in the sample space. If x denotes the number of sixes, x is denoting what? Number of sixes. Okay. Find the expectation of x, means not only probability distribution, now you have to find out the mean, because mean is only called expectation. Okay. So let us have a look. 2 dice are thrown simultaneously. When 2 dice are rolled, number of outcomes are are 6 into 6 equal to 36. He is interested in getting 6. What is the probability of getting 6 when you roll a die? Probability of getting a 6 is 1 by 6. How does he define the variable? The variable is defined as 0 6s, 1 6 and then 2 6s. So what is the probability distribution? What do you mean by 0 6s? If probability of getting 6 is 1 by 6, probability of not getting 6 will be 5 by 6. So in this case what is happening? 0 6s means first die is other than 6, second die is also other than 6. So it is 5 by 6 into 5 by 6. 1 6. When we say 1 6, first one is showing 6, second one is not showing, or first one is not showing, second one is showing. So we can say 2 into 1 by 6 into 5 by 6, and finally it is 1 by 6 into 1 by 6. Simplify. So P of x is 25 by 36, 10 by 36 and then 1 by 36. Every time just add and see the values which you got is giving you answer 1 or not. 25 plus 10 35 plus 1 36 by 36, answer is 1. So our probability distribution is correct. Now we want to find out expectation or mean. How do you find expectation? The formula E of x. What is the formula for E of x? It is nothing but probability into xi. Just like frequency multiplied to variable fi xi, here it is pi xi. So this you can call it xi, this you can call it pxi, just multiply both of them. So what you will get? Xi into pxi. Multiply, this is 0 into this is 10 by 36 and this is 2 by 36. What is expectation? It is summation of pi xi, means you have to add all of them. So add it. So what you will get? First one is 0, so you will get 10 by 36 plus 2 by 36 equal to 12 by 36 is equal to 1 by 3. This is what is expectation, and these are the probability distributions. So let us move from here to the next problem. Yes, is a very interesting problem and big problem. Okay, what is the problem is all about? Let x denote the sum of the numbers obtained when two fair dice are rolled. Just like the previous problem, two dice are rolled. That is not an issue. Outcomes. How many outcomes? 36 outcomes. Suppose if you start writing it here, let us say it is like this: 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6. Starting with 2 means first die is showing 2 and other one can show anything. So it is 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4, 2 5, 2 6. Why we are writing all the outcomes? Because when we write, it is easy to understand the problem. Okay. So next one is 3 1, 3 2, 3 3, 3 4, 3 5, 3 6, 4 1, 4 2, 4 3, 4 4, 4 5, 4 6. Starting with 5, 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4, 5 5 and 5 6. Finally 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5, 6 6. These are the possible outcomes when you roll two dice together. Now come to the question. What he says: x denotes sum of the numbers. Add, keep adding and see. 1 plus 1 2, 1 plus 2 3, 1 plus 3 4, like that we are getting the sum. How many ways we can get the sum? 1. Whatever you add, sum of two numbers cannot be 1. Okay. So, you cannot get the sum 1, you can get the sum 2. For example, 1 and 1 if you add, you will get 2. How many ways you can get 3? You can get 3 by adding 1 with 2 or 2 with 1. Just see, if you connect this, these two ways we can get 3. How many ways you can get 4? Just see, these 3 if you connect these 3, 3 1, 2 2, 1 3. Any of them if you add, you will get 4. How will you get? You will get 5, just add these. Similarly, add this to get 6. Similarly, to get 7, add this. I hope you are understanding. Means instead of searching, if you go diagonally, it is very easy to find to get the same sum. So, what values x can take? What is x? Sum of the numbers. So, x can take values 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What are the total number of outcomes? Total number of outcomes are 36. How many ways you are able to get 1? The only one way. So, probability of x is 1 by 36. How many ways we are able to get the sum 3? 1, 2 and 2, 1. So, it is 2 by 36. Next one will be 3 by 36. This is 4 by 36. This is 5 by 36. This is 6 by 36. Okay. 7 also we got. Now, how many ways you can get 8? These things if you club. So, the total is 5 by 36. How will you get 9? Same way, you will get 4 by 36, 3 by 36, 2 by 36 and 1 by 36, because only 6 plus 6 will give you that. So, this is the probability distribution, and you can now know the advantage of writing that. Okay. Now, come to the problem. He says find the variance and standard deviation. He is not asking anything. Directly is asking variance, because if you have to find variance, everything else anyway you have to find out. So, first thing we will do is we will find out EXI. For finding out EXI, what we require? In order to find out EXI, what is that you need? You require summation of PI XI. So, you have to multiply Pi with Xi. So, multiply this. So, you will get Pxi into Xi. Multiply. So, it is 2 by 36. This is 6 by 36. This is 12 by 36. This is 20 by 36. This is 30 by 36. This is 42 by 36. This is 40 by 36. This is 36 by 36. This is 30 by 36. This is 22 by 36. This is 12 by 36. Check up once. 2, 6, 12, 20, 30, 42, 40, 36, 30, 22, 12. If you add all of this, you will get expectation. So, add them. How to add? Denominator is anyway same, only you have to add numerator. 2 plus 2, 4, 10, 12, 14, 20, 22. 3, 5, 8, 11, 15, 19, 22, 24, 25. Once you check up, you can add directly and see 6 plus 2, 8, 20, 40, 70, 70 plus 42, 112, 12 plus 40, 52, 58, 88, 88 plus 30, 18, 40, 52, correct. So now divide. If you divide, you will get the answer 252, or you can simplify also. Let us say, for example, with 4, 4 9s are, 4 6 are 24, 4 3s are, 9 1s are, 9 7s are. So the answer is 7. So what is the expectation? It is 7. Now come to variance. How do you define variance? Variance is defined as E of xi square minus E of xi whole square. See, E of xi we already got 7, 7 square. This we have to find out. Now the question is, how do you find E of xi square? You have to, whatever you got, multiply that with xi. So you will get P of xi into xi square. Means what? Once again you have to multiply x with all these numbers. So do that. 2 2s are 4, 4 by 36, 3 6 are 18 by 36, 48 by 36, 5 20s are 100 by 36, 6 30s are 180 by 36, 7 2s are 14, 7 4s are 28 plus 129 by 36, 8 40s are 320 by 36, 9 6 are 54, 9 3s are 27 plus 5 32, 324 by 36, 300 by 36, 11 2s are 22, 22 plus 2 24 by 36, 144 by 36. Once again you check up your calculations are correct or not, because we have to add all of them in order to get this value. So just check. 2 into 2 4, 3 into 6 18, 4 into 12 48, 5 into 20 100, 6 into 30 is 180, 7 2s are 14, 7 4s are 28 plus 1 29, 8 40s are 320, 9 6 are 54, 9 3s are 27 plus 5 32, 10 into 30 300, 11 2s are 22, 11 2s are 22 plus 2 24, 12 12s are 144. Now add all of them. How will you add? How will you add? Remember, denominator is anyway same. Denominator there is no change. Add only numerator. 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 4 10, 14, 14 plus 8 22, 22 plus 8 30, plus 4 34, 3 plus 4 7 plus 4 11, plus 2 13, plus 2 15, plus 9 24, 24 plus 8 32, 32 plus 4 36, 37. 3 plus 1 4 plus 2 6 plus 3 9 plus 3 12 plus 3 15 plus 2 17 plus 1 18 plus 1 19. This is the value we got, minus E of xi we already got 7 square. So it is 49. Now how do you simplify? Simplification is simple. It is 1974 minus 36 into 49. One 764. by 36. Yes, subtract 4 minus 4 0, 7 minus 6 1, 9 minus 7 2 by 36. Simplify. With 3 you can cancel, 3 70s are and 3 12s are, 2 35s are, 2 6s are. Okay, so you are getting 35 by 6. Divide. 6 5s are 30, 50. So 6 8s are 48, 20. This is the value of sigma square, remember. This is the value of sigma square. Now the question is, how do you find sigma? Sigma is nothing but square root of 5.83. Find out the square root. 5.83. 2 2s are 4. 183 plus 2 makes it 4 decimal. Now 4s are 4 4s are 16. Sorry, whatever 4, you have to write 4 here. 4 4s are 16. 16 plus 1 17. So approximately it is 2.4. In fact, you can take 2 more zeros. You can add 4, make it 48. Maybe ones are. So that is the value of standard deviation. Standard deviation is 2.41. This is the answer. So this kind of problems are generally asked for 5 marks because lot of calculation is involved into it. All the experiments which we do, right from starting from tossing a coin. When you toss a coin, you get head or you get tail. It has got only 2 outcomes. Any work which you do, you say I have succeeded or I have failed. If anything is in between, we don't consider it as a binomial or Bernoulli's trial. It should have only 2 outcomes. And each time you perform, the chances of success should be same. For example, if you take a coin and toss, first time the probability of getting head is 1 by 2. 10th time if you repeat also it is 1 by 2 only. So the probability of success remains same. Next thing is the trial should be finite. They should be independent. If it follows these conditions, we call them Bernoulli's trials. All our trials are Bernoulli's trials only. Most important thing is it should have only 2 outcomes, success and failure, yes and no. Many experiments are dichotomous in nature. For example, a tossed coin shows a head or a tail. A manufactured item can be defective or non-defective. The response to a question might be yes or no. The egg has hatched or not hatched. The decision is yes or no. In such cases, it is customary to call one of the outcome as success, other one as failure. In all such situations, if you get a head, we say I have won. If you get tail, you say you have lost. Okay? So basically, one is called success, another is called failure. For example, in tossing a coin, if the occurrence of head is considered as success, then occurrence of the tail is called failure. Definition. Trials of a random experiment are called Bernoulli's trials. Which trials can be called Bernoulli's trials? He is giving the conditions. What are the conditions? There should be finite number of trials. You cannot keep on trying any number of times. It can be 10, it can be 50, it can be 100, whatever it is, it should be that much. Okay? Second, the trial should be independent. Means what? One should not affect the next. Second should not affect the third. All should be independent. Next, each trial has exactly 2 outcomes, success or failure. Finally, the probability of success remains same in each trial. If these 4 conditions are satisfied, the trials are called Bernoulli's trials. Yes, here he has given a beautiful description how it is connected to binomial theorem. Now we have discussed that there are only two outcomes. One is success, another is failure. Okay. So take a very simple example of tossing a coin. So if I say P is success, if I am calling P as success, what is the probability of P? It is 1 by 2. And if I say Q is a failure, Q is also equal to 1 by 2. So P is 1 by 2, Q is also 1 by 2. Okay. Probability of success is 1 by 2, probability of failure is also 1 by 2 when you toss a coin. Whereas when you roll a die, depending upon what you are calling it success. For example, if you say if I get 6 is a success, then the probability is 1 by 6. Else it is 5 by 6. Failure is 5 by 6. Somebody may define success as getting a number greater than 3. Getting a number greater than 3, we have 4, 5, 6. So success will be 3 by 6. So 1 by 2, other one also 1 by 2. So in this particular way. How it is connected to this? We know that the number of trials are finite. So this we write it as Q plus P to the power n. Why it is connected to binomial theorem? Because in binomial theorem we come across two terms. Binomial basically means 2. And what is the expansion of this? If you recollect, the expansion is NC0 Q to the power n, P to the power 0, NC1 Q to the power n minus 1, P to the power 1, NC2 Q to the power n minus 2, P square, and it goes on like this, NCR Q to the power n minus R, P to the power R, and finally NCN Q to the power 0, P to the power n. These coefficients which are being used here, these are called binomial coefficients. Leave those coefficients and see. Q to the power n, NC0 Q to the power n for 0 successes. For 1 success it is NC1 Q to the power n minus 1 P to the 1, second term. For 2 successes, third term. In that particular way, the last one is NCN Q to the power 0 is 1, so it is P to the power n. That's why they are connected. In a very, very simple way, we can solve these problems. We'll just solve one problem and close this session. So what is that we need to do for solving problems? P we are calling it probability of success. Q we are calling it probability of failure. So the expansion is not P plus Q, it is Q plus P to the power n. What n stands for? Number of trials. How many times you have repeated that experiment? Okay. Yes, this is the only problem we will solve. With this we close. What is the problem? A die is thrown 6 times. How many times you have repeated? 6 times. So each time you repeat is called a trial. So number of trials are 6. Here n is equal to 6. Okay. If getting an odd number is a success, if you roll a die, what is the sample space? Sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the sample space. So 1, 3, 5, if you get is a success. So P equal to 3 by 6 or 1 by 2. Similarly, Q also will be same because even numbers 3 by 6 is equal to 1 by 2. So this is basically the expansion of 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 to the power 6. What is this expansion? You can write it off actually. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 to the power 6 is equal to 6C0 1 by 2 to the power 6 into 1 by 2 to the power 0 plus 6C1 1 by 2 to the power 6 minus 1 5 1 by 2 to the power 1 plus 6C2 1 by 2 to the power 4 1 by 2 square plus 6C3 1 by 2 to the power 3 1 by 2 to the power 3 plus 6C4 1 by 2 to the power 2, 1 by 2 to the power 4, 6c5, 1 by 2 to the power 1, 1 by 2 to the power 5 plus 6c6, 1 by 2 to the power 0 and 1 by 2 to the power 6. This is the whole expansion. If you do this expansion, the advantage is any question you can solve. How? What he wants? 5 successes. 5 successes, 6c5. Which is 6c5? This one. This is the 5 successes. So how much is it? It is 6c5. 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 to the power 5, which will give you 1 by 2 to the power 6. What is 6c5? It is 6. What is 1 by 2 to the power 6? 1 by 2, it is 64. So the answer is 3 by 32. This is the first answer. Next one. He says, what is the probability of at least 5 successes? At least 5 means 5 and 6. So this plus this you have to add with this. What is this? 6c6 is 1 and 1 by 2 to the power 6 is 1 by 64. So we have to add these two. This we already got. This is how much? 3 by 32. 3 by 32 plus this one is how much? 1 by 64. 64 is the LCM. You will get 6 plus 1. 7 by 64. This is the answer. In the first case, this is the answer. Then for what he says, at most 5 successes. At most means what? Maximum 5. Means it can be 0 success, it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5. All can be taken except 6 successes. So if you subtract that from 1, you get this. So this can be written as 1 minus 1 by 64. So the answer is 63 by 64. This is the answer. So in this way, these problems can be solved. We will discuss this in the next session, which is going to be the last session of probability. So with this we come to a close. Thank you and we look forward for the next session. Sai Ram.